What's going on, everybody? Today, first shots with the Tisas Night Stalker double stack 1911. As you can tell, this is a brand new thing here. We are dealing with a little bit of the 2011 category these days with Tisas. So really dang cool to see. And we're gonna see if this optic is even remotely zeroed.
Night Stalker 1911 DS SF. Bruh. Thanks, Tisas. I'm gonna be broke as shit this year.
Shooter ready?
Yep. This thing has had, let's see, 200 rounds last week. I'm sorry, 200 rounds earlier this week, because I've only had this thing a few days, and at least 200 rounds or more today. So we are inching up on the 500 round mark, and I have only had one malfunction, and that could have been contributed to me riding the slide as the gun was working. So one malfunction, can't really just contribute that to the gun. Other than that, it is run absolutely perfect. I think I had 6 different people shoot this today, and every single one said, "Curse you, Opie. Now I have to go spend more money." That was 140, 140. 2 shots. Pulled that first one just a hair. Still on the line. 184, 184. Okay, next one, 3 shots. Tried to swing that second one. Actually went a little bit faster. 181. Still trying to get used to these controls. And just kind of like the grip in general too. This one is Mozambique, so 2 to the body, 1 to the head. Money on that one. And that was 260. 260, 260. This is one of my favorites, bill drill. Pulled one. Tried to trust myself in my grip, pulled one on it. 6 shots, 248. Okay. Let's see. Let's go 2 to the body, reload, transition over here. Do that again. Set it up for another reload. Hold that one just a little bit. 480. 480. Let's see if we can get that under 4.5. So shot, reload, shot, shot. Here we go. That's what we're looking for. 3.7. That's close. I'm right on that right side of that line there. Just a tad. Give me a little bit better visual of what I'm hitting. Guys, these infinity targets are awesome. Know you've been seeing me shoot these for a while, but absolute necessity on the range. And they last forever too. Let's move over here to the 6-inch plates at about 30. No problem. I struggle with dueling trees sometimes. So the fact that I was able to clear that with one extra round is pretty dang impressive. So we're gonna try this again. See if you guys can kind of see what I'm doing right here. All right, so we got the, where's it at? Plate rack right here that we're going for, guys. And I think I got enough. If I do this right, I should be able to clear it. Got nervous. Last one. Ooh, light trigger on that one. Hey, get that one, go over. Still no malfunctions. Just an epic little pistol here, guys. Let's get some more cool guy shots. It's so smooth. Oh. Ah, that was it. Oh, man. So this is 6 shots as fast as we can, all hits. You can see I've got one in the bottom left corner that's slightly outside, and I have that flyer on the right shoulder there. So should be able to tell where all of our hits are. 6 shots as fast as we can on target. Hold one. Darn it. What's going on, guys? Today we are talking about the Tisas USA 1911 Night Stalker DS, or the double stack in my eyes, guys. This is an absolute beaut to look at, as well as a dream to shoot. But before we jump into this, guys, let me take a quick second and thank Tisas USA and SDS Imports directly. They were able to get us 2 of these, the Night Stalker and the carry model, for review before the official release before SHOT Show. And we greatly appreciate that opportunity. So huge shout out to them, guys. Greatly appreciate that chance. go check them out. Tisas USA on Instagram, Facebook, and their website, and SDS Imports on Facebook and Instagram as well. But jumping into this Night Stalker, guys, this is a 9mm full-size tactical double-stacked 1911. So it's exactly what you're thinking. This is absolutely in the 2011 line of pistols here, but we've seen several companies now kind of avoid that 2011 stigma and go with just the DS or the double stack type of direction. But this thing is absolutely decked out, and I think you guys are going to love every little attention to detail that they put into this pistol. So, starting off, guys, this thing is very, very sleek and smooth looking. As you can tell, it's got a nice kind of smooth finish here, this Night Stalker gray. One of my favorite colors, and just absolutely sets the aesthetic with all those black accessories and manipulations and buttons and all that stuff. So I think the color combo is absolutely perfect, and you know, it's almost like they aimed it right at me. But coming from the top of the gun here and working our way down, guys, this thing has a very, very nice set of iron sights. We have a tritium green and orange front sight. Very easy to pick up, and it sits at about a suppressor height when it comes to that sight. The rear sight is a blacked out rear sight, just the way I want. So I am able to quickly pick up that front sight with no issues and no changes to what I am accustomed to with all my pistols. So knocked it out of the park with the sight choice, guys, so good job there. We also have the optics mounting system for a 507 or a 407K line, as well as the RMSC line of optics. So you do have to get that smaller line, but I think nowadays you've got also Gideon Optics, Crimson Trace, and all these other companies that are providing smaller footprint optics. So instead of it just being in the 3 to 5 range of choices, I believe you're a lot closer to 10 if you actually go out there and kind of look at what all your options are. But we had this thing paired with the 507K. That's one of my favorite optics, and one of the things that was really cool with this, guys, the sights sit high enough with the optics sitting low enough that you can co-witness this with very little effort. So when I put the 507K on here, all I had to do was kind of do a hillbilly zero here in my basement. I was able to put this thing on kind of like a tripod and turn the optic to get that dot right lined up with the front and the rear sight. And when I went out to the range to confirm that, I did not have to change anything at all. It was dead on, so that was one thing I thought was really cool. Now, that optic was zeroed on a different pistol before I pulled it off, so I'm sure that helped, but being able to just very minimally get this thing somewhat usable in my basement versus having to take it out to the range and confirm that, especially this week with how bad the weather has been, was definitely very, very nice. So co-witnessed on the iron sights with your optics, I believe a lot of people prefer that, so that is something it has going for it as well. Very cool design here, guys. You have the almost ported style window cuts in the front of the slide, as well as these kind of bigger serrations in the rear. So being able to grab the pistol was very easy just with the way they kind of have it designed and rounded. The front was very easy to kind of grab and press check, as well as the rear, and come back and grab it if you needed to that way. So up here, you're very good on the slide itself. And we're looking at a 5.5 inch threaded barrel. The thread pitch on this is the 1/28, so you're able to rock any kind of pistol caliber suppressor that you want, as long as you have the proper adapters and all that. This thing does have to work with a Nielsen or a booster type of device, so you guys need to be able to have that kind of piston and spring set up, because this, even though it doesn't look like it, is technically still a slight moving barrel. But even though this, you would think with the fixed barrel you wouldn't need that, I tried it without the booster in my CGS group can, which would have been the best can in that situation to possibly work anyway, and it still just turned it into a bolt gun, as you can see from this video. So threaded barrel, just the way we like it, guys. Good job on that. Fully decked out upper on this thing, and I believe there's not really anything that I can pick out that I don't like. When we come to the weight of this gun, guys, you're looking at about just over 2 pounds empty. So you're going to get a little bit closer to that 3 pound mark with a fully loaded mag, creating a lot of stability and gravity weighing that thing down, which also, I believe, just helps with the flat pistol that this thing is when it comes to shooting. Jumping down into the frame, guys, you have this kind of polymer and steel hybrid. if you guys have been paying attention to the double stack line at all, you'll kind of notice that that's something that's been going on as kind of the standard for a while now. So polymer grip, polymer trigger guard, but it comes into kind of the steel bottom of the frame itself. So very nice combination of those two, which I also believe is going to shave some of that weight off, not having a full metal grip, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of like con to it being the polymer and the steel combination here. They've done a really good job of giving you full tactical controls, guys. You have a upgraded hammer and the safety that's very easy to manipulate, very nice beaver tail safety, and you have a nice aggressive slide stop here. Just like any other 1911, I kind of struggled a little bit with the coming off of the gun and hitting the slide release. There is quite a bit of a gap between my thumbs, so when I have a full grip, safety down, you can tell that I can just barely reach that. So what I have to do is kind of come off just a hair and hit that slide release when I'm doing a reload. Or I actually tried to learn to, when I inserted that mag, come in and hit it on the way up. It's just a slight second slower, but it also keeps this hand secure on the gun, and that was something that I was learning as I was shooting this thing. Decently light trigger, guys. You're looking at about a 5.5 pound trigger. We did the Wheeler kind of trigger pull tester here. This is not the perfect test, but it did give us a consistent 5.5 to 5.7 pound trigger press. And I believe that feels pretty accurate compared to what I'm seeing on the range. But very little take up. You know, you have a standard little just travel there to the wall. Very solid wall and very clean break. When we talk about the reset itself, the reset is super clean as well. So outstanding trigger in this thing for being a sub $1,000 gun, guys. That's one thing we haven't mentioned yet, is this thing is supposed to only be at about $950. So $950, it is possibly one of the best priced 2011, 1911 double stacks that I've seen on the market. And you get almost everything your heart desires, actually everything my heart desires with this particular lineup. But yeah, guys, they send this thing with 2 magazines, and they are the Checkmate style mags. So I don't know if you guys will notice just by the looks of them, but they look very similar to one of the most popular 2011 double stack 1911s on the market. So to me, that was a great testimony that they chose some of the better mags on the market, and threw that into the attention to detail that of what you are receiving when you buy one of these products. But yeah, guys, 2 mags in a very cool case. You have the hard style tactical case here, and on the inside, it's going to come with a little bit of a cleaning brush, cleaning rod, of course, your trigger lock here, and a nice foamed out fitted case. So everything you guys could possibly need from Tisas here, guys, all in the box. 2 mags, fully loaded Night Stalker for your guys' loving, and these things are going to absolutely be flying off the shelves, in my opinion. You know, I think they've done a very good job of the attention to details that people that normally spend that 2011 money usually put into what the accessories or the extras they would want when it comes to spending that. I just love the way this thing looks. The aesthetic between the gray and the black is perfect, and the grip itself is very nice. I think, you know, you could get a little bit more aggressive stipple on this if you guys were to, you know, send it off and get it laser stippled. I know a lot of people are doing that with their grips these days. So I believe that won't be an issue if you decided to do a little bit more upgrades to the grip after you got one in your possession. But for a out-of-the-box grip, guys, I didn't have any issues with it. Very locked in. That little kind of front and back texture, I like how that kind of just locks your fingers into place, where you kind of have that more smoother, grainy texture on the grips itself. Mag release, very easy to use. A little stiff, you know, but I believe it's just new, needs to be broken in a little bit, but it didn't give me any issues as far as not doing its job. And then, of course, you have the kind of competition-style flared magwell here, so you guys are getting a little bit of help along the way when you're doing those reloads. So from the absolute very top of this to the bottom of this thing, Tisas has done a great job of every detail be it intended to. Like I said, guys, I mentioned that multiple times in this video. Attention to detail was top notch. Everything that I could want in a pistol, everything that I could want in a 2011, and then you throw out that very affordable, budget-friendly price. I think this is a all-day, everyday yes from me. So go check them out, guys. The Tisas USA Night Stalker, releasing this week at SHOT. Actually today, if this video goes out in time, this is probably Tuesday morning, the first day of SHOT. So you are probably looking at these being at your dealers, or the opportunity to order from your dealers probably here within the next 2 to 4 weeks, I would imagine. And these things are going to be going like hotcakes. They have this plus 3 other 1911 double stacks that they're introducing at SHOT Show this week. So be sure to check every single one of them out, guys. 3 of them from Tisas and 1 from Military Armament Corp. That one is super sweet as well. I'm really hoping to get our hands on all 4, as well as all those other new goodies that they're releasing at SHOT too. But what do y'all think? Do you think Tisas has hit this one out of the park with their new lineup of double stack 1911s and 9mm? Do you think this is a new standard that the industry is going to kind of have to pay attention to? One thing I really enjoy about Tisas, guys, and SDS Imports is they are putting some of the utmost quality firearms that I've seen imported out, while also not breaking your bank. People are able to get multiple Tisas, Tokarev, Military Arm Corp, and Spandau type of setups, as well as their new line Inglis. If you guys haven't paid attention to those as well, Inglis now has some high powers that they're coming out with, all under the same umbrella, all awesome people doing great things, and I'm happy to be a small part of it and getting this video out. But that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends, and as always, guys, stay alert, stay alive, and we'll see y'all in the next video. That works out good for you.
Less than $1,000. Suppressor ready, optic ready, mount your light to it. I really don't think it gets better than that.